So the federal government's new Child Care Subsidy comes into effect today. Around 1 million families, mainly low to middle income earners, will benefit, but around 280,000 families that don't meet certain criteria will be worse off. Chiang Lim is the New South Wales CEO of Australian Child Care Alliance. He says he hopes the reforms don't leave parents worse off.
Some people are saying this is the biggest change that has happened in 11 years. Some others will say this is the biggest change that has happened in 40 years. In Sydney and New South Wales particularly, where we have the highest cost of regulations and the highest cost of living in Sydney and in New South Wales, the issue is we hope that all systems are go, that there will be no parents and no service providers will be negatively impacted because it is such a massive change in how we do things. As best as we can tell, the overwhelming bulk of people, of service providers, say that they are ready. The question really remains, will it work? A lot of services are already now reporting back to us and saying they've had to now take out extra loans just in case the financial contributions from the federal government do not flow in, and so they still have to pay for staff. They do not want to put their parents in difficulty and asking them to pay full fees when clearly the legal entitlements are there, but they want to make sure that their staff are being paid. So, for example, a lot of service providers are actually having to resort to taking out extra loans just to make sure that staff will be paid. All the service providers are trying to do what is actually a very regulated system. So regulated that I think that's part of the contributing problem of the high cost of early childhood and education and care. The issue ultimately is we really do appreciate the government for trying to come to the party to make childcare affordable, but the fact remains it is still a very high cost of how the service is to be delivered. One of these days we've got to actually start thinking about how do we actually address that and how do we achieve true childcare affordability by addressing the cost of the regulations.
And we're expecting the Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull will step up for a media conference at a childcare centre at Emu Plains in the far west of Sydney at the base of the Blue Mountains there within the next half hour or so, and we'll bring you that media conference live here on the ABC News channel.